What's going on, guys? Zeo here from the FallenRedZeo, bringing more Star Wars Black Series figures. This time we have what I guess they're called the Rise of Skywalker Wave 3 set. Of course, we get some Rise of Skywalker figures and a few others. But in this set, as you can see, we've got a Zoe Bliss and Knight of Ren, of course, two characters from the Rise of Skywalker. But then we also have the Sith Jet Trooper and then the Count Dooku. This is also supposed to have Commander Bly, the Clone Trooper, but unfortunately, he didn't ship on time with these for some reason, and he's been delayed like for a couple months. So I was like, I'm not going to wait to do all these figures once he comes in. I'm just going to go ahead and do them now. So we got this set of 4 here instead of the 5. Out of this set, the only ones I'm personally interested in and am going to get is the Count Dooku and Knight of Ren, and then I also want the Commander Bly. I don't care about the Zoe Bliss or Sith Jet Trooper. I just don't care about those characters, but I'm excited to check these figures out, so let's go ahead and open them. So our first character is Zoe Bliss, and I think she looks pretty cool. She was a very minor character, didn't play much of a role at all, which was kind of disappointing, but I still think she looks pretty cool. She has a nice dark purplish red outfit on with a bunch of gold detailings, a bunch of leather and black boots, and of course her nice big old gold helmet right on top. Again, looks very cool, but as I mentioned, she played a minor role, so it's kind of disappointing. She was played by Carrie Russell. But Zoe Bliss is the leader of the Spice Runners of Kijimi, and so of course we found out that Poe used to be a part of that, and that's the group she was with. But we see her come back into more action when she flies into the final battle in a BTA NR2 Y-Wing, which was her ship, so that was kind of interesting as well. At least she appeared more than once, but the figure itself looks pretty good. I think it looks, pretty spot on and stuff, and I don't really have any issues with it. Everything's pretty good on. So if we pull up close, you can see the helmet there, so the, of course, black visor and then the whole gold design there, and it's kind of weird how it always sticks up really far back here. Now I have the Rise of Skywalker visual guide, so I read about this stuff, but I didn't think it'd be important to repeat all of it. But there's a breather and then like an antenna back here to receive transmissions and all sorts of stuff just going on. But it's a very funny looking helmet, just how far back it goes and stuff. It's really weird. But as you can see from there, we immediately go into the whole like body covering, so the purplish red color from the neck all the way down to the top of the boots is that where you see it. But she has gold, so this nice gold like plating cover over her chest, gold bands on her arms, some little gauntlets there that are gold, belt here that's a lot of leather but also has like what looked to be like a gold belt there on top of it, and then the black boots at the bottom, which of course have a little bit of a heel and they come to like weird points there at the front, but still pretty cool looking overall. So we'll go to movements, and so her head can move quite a bit. So a lot of these figures have 2 neck joints, so they have that neck joint where the head actually meets, so it's there on like the ball joint, so it can twist all the way around pretty good. Of course her helmet gets in the way a little bit of that, but has good movement. It can obviously twist side to side and rotate and everything, but then also has the lower neck joint down in there, which is kind of hard. You have to kind of get a hold of it, but it can rotate all the way around 360. It can rock back and forth, so they have really good neck movements on these figures. Then to the shoulder, it goes up to 90 degrees and can rotate all the way around. Of course, the chest plate gets in the way, but good movement there. Then we go to the elbow, and there's a female, says real skinny limbs and stuff, so the joints are pretty thin, but it has a single elbow joint there, goes up to a little bit over the 90-degree angle, but it has the rotation in there as well. Then we got the wrist that can rotate all the way around, and then this hand rocks up and down, as you can see there. Then we go to her ab crunch, so it's right under her chest, so she can twist there, and she actually can go 360 all the way around, and then she can crunch forward, crunch back. Again, crunches don't work too well on these, but at least she has some joints there. Then to the hips, the legs come up to 90 degrees, out to the side a little bit. She has the thigh twist there, but of course the holster is attached to the leg, so it only can twist within the holster range. And we go down to the knee with a double knee joint that can come all the way up, and she can kick her butt. Twist right at the top of the boot, so shin twist, and then the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. So once again, very good range of movement on this figure, and it's pretty good. And then she also comes with her twin E851 blasters that look pretty cool. So they remind me very much of a pirate, like a blunderbuss or something. So very like, flintlock gun or whatever they're called. So very cool looking guns there with nice details and design, again with more gold, the red detailing there and stuff. So very cool looking. And so with these, we'll put it into her hands, but they can go in her holster as well. But she stores them backwards, so they go in backwards, kind of like this. So just like that, so they stick in backwards, so she reaches across to draw them and stuff. But we'll go ahead and just stick them into her hand. So they're just like that, and it's kind of interesting because of the way the guns are curved and everything. It's a good thing she has those wrist joints, because you have to get her hand like rocked down to get her to point it straight and stuff. So it's pretty kind of weird and interesting, but very cool, especially with those twin guns there. That looks very awesome there for Zoe Bliss. And next up, we have the Knight of Ren, and this is actual Vicrul from the Knight of Ren. So again, through the visual guide, it tells each individual Knight of Ren's character. And so if you don't know the backstory to the Knight of Ren, since they didn't really explain it in any of the movie and stuff, they just kind of threw him in. The Knights of Ren were gifted to Ben Solo by Snoke after he completed a trial, and once he did that, he was able to become the leader of the Knights of Ren and got his name Kylo Ren. So that's just a little bit backstory. But these are just weird kind of characters. They're supposedly like some Force users, but they've not like been trained in the Force, so they have Force powers. They can sense stuff, have superhuman reflexes and stuff like that, but they're not actual like Jedis or Siths. But Vicrul here calls himself the Harvester harvester, because it says like he, you know, takes bodies and stuff like that, so he just kind of harvests people, which goes into his weapons. But overall, the Knight of Ren looks cool. I think the Knights of Ren look really cool. They're just dressed in all black and grays, and then have a lot of like cool armor and stuff. So like him, he has the helmet, then he has the, you know, long like coat made of some sort of a hide, some gauntlets there on his arms, and then pants and boots to the bottom and stuff. Cool belt there. And each character comes with its own weapon that makes it pretty cool as well. But if you pull up closer, you can see the helmet there, so you can just see his helmet design. So it's, you know, kind of got like that Darth Vader or Kylo Ren sort of helmet design, the all flat top and then the like rim there around the bottom, but then he has the guard over the front of his face with the silver and then the little visor there right there in the middle. So it looks pretty cool. Then of course the coat, and they've added some like dirt and stuff to be like sand and everything, especially there on his boots from like where we see them in the movie. Again, the bands there on his arm that have sort of like little grips and stuff on him, kind of like Batman's gauntlets almost. He has a holster there on his legs for his gun, and of course the belt there around the coat and stuff. So very cool overall. His movements are going to be pretty much the same as Zoe Bliss. So he has the head joint there that rotates all the way around, and then rocks and, you know, twists side to side, all that sort of stuff. But then he also has the neck joint down in here, of course hidden by the coat, but it has that same additional movements. It's on a ball joint thing, so it can rotate around as well. The shoulders go about 90 degrees, rotate around. A single elbow joint that are real stiff on this figure. His go up to about 90 degrees there, and it has a twist in it as well. And then the wrist twist all the way around, and this hand is an up and down one, and then the other hand is a back and forth. Then for his crunch, he just has a crunch right at the waist, so again, not too much movement, especially with this coat and everything on, but he can crunch forward just a tiny bit, but back a little bit more, so not too much there, but he does twist all the way around. Then to the legs, so the legs come up, can't go up fully 90 degrees because of the coat in the way, but I assume they could, and then out to the side can't much as well either. But his thigh twist up in there, and then a single knee joint once again goes up about 90 degrees, but it has the twist in there as well. And then the foot joint that flexes back and forth there, and then twists side to side as well. So we're gonna get a lot of repeat movements in these figures, which is okay. Then we got his weapons though. So first off here, he does have just a blaster pistol, and it's for long range fighting stuff. He prefers short range, which we'll see in a second, but just in case the enemy's too far away, they have the short range gun here, and we'll just go and stick that into his holster because that is not his main weapon. So there it's into the holster, and it's hard to get in there because you have to get the back like slid in or the front slid in, and then the opposite slid on there. So it's kind of weird, but it's a cool holster. It definitely will keep the gun in from falling out and everything, which is awesome. But with Vicrul here calling himself the Harvester, he comes with a scythe here, so a very cool looking weapon here of a scythe. So again, he likes short range fighting to use this, and he has a scythe that has like vibroblade technology and stuff, so it can easily cut through people and stuff. Very cool looking overall. Has a handle there at the bottom, some brown leather wrappings, then like nice tubing of some sort coming up to the big metal blade. It seems a lot thicker than I think it actually would be in real life, but it's, you know, just for a toy, and it has even a little bit of serration there and stuff. So very cool, and we'll go ahead and stick that in his hand. So there, I got into his hand, so I had to put it in his left hand because down here at the bottom it does have like a grip with finger details and stuff, so you know it's supposed to slide into the hand. This hand was too loose since it has the finger for the gun and stuff, like the trigger finger, so I had to just put it in this hand, and so it's, you know, just the thing he holds at the bottom. It just can swing along and slice people up and everything. So it's very cool. I think we'll have to work around with it to get it to pose the look even cooler because it just seems a little bit too weird currently, but still very cool overall for the Knight of Ren. The next up we have the Sith Jet Trooper, and so he of course is from the Sith Eternal Forces that we found out on Exegol that were hiding out, a part of the Emperor's group. So again, these are all the all red troopers, so they look just like normal stormtroopers. In this case, a jet trooper, just he's in the all red outfit instead of the normal white version. So it looks pretty cool though. I like the red. It's very stunning and sticks out, and so that's always pretty cool about it. But other than that, it's just a normal jet trooper. I don't like, you know, the whole like First Order style or like the new Disney style troopers. I don't like their outfits too well, but at least the red makes it stands out and makes it a little bit cooler, but I still just don't overall like the design. So this is jet trooper, so he's made to be able to fly up into altitudes and stuff. So he has, you know, the helmet on, you know, pretty standard like stormtrooper helmet. So the basic, you know, completely all flat helmet, has the breathing apparatuses down here, especially if going up into there. It has the extra armor pieces, has the insignia there on his chest, which is like a specialist insignia for the jet troopers, and that obviously connects around to the jetpack on the back. You so have the, you know, the exhaust comes in the top, shoots out of the bottom to propel him, has that same logo there on it. But other than that, he's got all the same like stormtrooper outfits as all the First Order troopers, nothing too different. Again, just all red, same like stuff underneath there, same belts, armor all over the rest of his body. The only other difference is down here on his legs, he has these fins on the back, so again, you know, it's like to help control like flying in air, kind of like like fins on an airplane and stuff, you know, just kind of helps control you in the air. And then underneath, of course, he has the black body glove and that weird, you know, ribbed material. But for movements, though, he's going to be, you know, pretty much the same. So has the head to twist all the way around. Has the neck joint, I think, in there as well. But of course, it's hidden under the armor, so you can't really see it too well. But good range of movement as usual. The shoulders come up not very much because the armor pad in here, usually these are real loose. Like you can feel it's a soft rubber, like I can pull up a little bit. But usually they're pretty loose. So when you fold it up, you know, it kind of goes up and over this armor piece, but it doesn't. So you can't really get the arms up very high. But they do rotate all the way around. And then it's got the single elbow joint once again with the twist in it as well. And then the wrist can twist all the way around and flex. Then we have the crunch right at the chest plate, so right under in there, so it can rotate, kind of do the twist to rotate all the way around. Crunch forward, crunch back, you know, not a whole lot because of the jetpack, but if it wasn't there, that could crunch quite a bit. Then the legs can come up about 90 degrees. You have to kind of twist the leg out because the armor kind of gets in the way up here with the belt and stuff, but if you twist it out, it goes up to the 90 degrees, then out to the side that far as well. Has the thigh twist in there right down in here of the armor. It does have a double knee joint. It's kind of like, shows like it's hidden, but it does have a double knee right in there. And then of course the feet flex back and forth and twist side to side as usual. So again, overall, just your basic jet trooper, just in an all red collar for the Sith Eternal. But he does have an NJP 900 jetpack on his back, and then he comes with weapon as well, the F111 ABA heavy cannon gun. So very cool looking, just like the normal standard gun we've been getting with Stormtrooper stuff. Does have the peg here on the side so that you can slide it into this slot here right on the side of his leg, so it kind of holds it like holster, so just stick it right in there. But we're gonna go ahead and stick it into his hand. So there we go, right into his hand like that. So it looks pretty cool. Again, it has the red and black details matching perfectly with the outfit and everything. So very cool overall for a Sith Trooper. Again, the character I don't care that much, that's why I definitely won't be getting this one myself, but still a cool looking character overall. And finally, we have Count Dooku, or Darth Tyrannus if you want to go with his name. And this is a figure I was super excited for because I love all the characters that come with lightsabers, so I was always wanting a Count Dooku, so I'm happy they finally made it. So if you don't know about Count Dooku, he got the name of Count Dooku because he's considered the Count of Serrano, which is the planet he's from, and he was the Padawan of Yoda and the master of Qui-Gon Jinn, until he eventually turned away from the Jedi Order and went off on his own and eventually became a Sith. So again, he looks cool overall. Of course, Christopher Lee, I think that face is dead on. It just looks like perfectly like Christopher Lee. They did a really good job with this like face detail and scan. It's, like I said, perfect and dead on for that. It just looks amazing. He's an old man, so he has the gray beard, the gray hair, everything's all gray and old about him. He's in this all brown outfit, so he has a brown cape over the top with a gray like rubber clasp here to hold it on. So it holds the cape on pretty well, and it keeps the cape looking very good. It's not too big and baggy and stuff. It sits over his shoulders perfectly, and it just sits there, and it's just cool. I messed around with mine because I already have this figure, and so I got it, you know, to be able to like stay back a little bit better than what it looks there. But you can even use that to keep the cape out of the way, so it's pretty cool the way it's designed. They did a perfect job with this cape. But then he has the brown leather tunic on there, the brown belt, the brown leggings, and the blackish, I think, colored boots there. It's all the like pretty much standard like Jedi Sith outfits and stuff, so nothing too different about it. But for movement, so the head that can twist and nod as usual, has the neck joint there, the lower neck joint as well. And the shoulders, he does have a butterfly joint there, so it can rock back and forth as you can see. And this comes up to 90 degrees, can rotate all the way around. Has the single elbow joint there with the twist in it, and the wrist can twist all the way around. And has some flexing, but because of his sleeve, his hand can't move around too much. Then we got the crouch right at the waist, so it can twist there and crunch forward. Then down to the legs. The legs do come up to 90 degrees. The skirting part does come up, so you can get the legs and can see them up in there. So come up to 90 degrees. Does have the thigh twist as well. The single knee joint, similar to the Knight of Ren, it's on like the ball there. So it comes up to 90 degrees and has the rotation as well. And then we got the foot that can flex back and forth and twist side to side. So for being an old man like he is, he has a lot of good range of movements at least, which is pretty cool. But to finish off Count Dooku, we have to have his lightsaber. So we've got his curved hilt lightsaber there, which is pretty cool. And then the red blade, of course, because he's Sith now, so he's got to be evil. So that's pretty cool that he's got that. But one thing that's cool about this Dooku is that they also included a like little effect here. I don't know what you call it, but it's like, you know, like it's going type thing. So we can pop the blade off and then pop this new one on. And then when you put it in his hand, you could, you know, make it seems, you know, like he's actually like moving his lightsabers. So it's similar to how like doing this, you can kind of see a little bit of effect in the camera. At least I can see it. I don't know if you can as well. You see some effects like in the middle. That's kind of what this is doing there. So it's just, you know, adding like a swishing effect to it. So it looks like he's actually swishing it. So let's go ahead and stick it in his hand. So there we got it in his hand. And again, I don't think the effect, like I know what the effect is doing, like I showed you and stuff, but I feel it doesn't work too well because like he has to be in movement or something to be able to get it. But like I said, I know what it goes for. It's just, it's so weird. Like I think it looks cool like in pictures and stuff, but just actually putting it on, I think it looks kind of stupid. It's just weird. I think it looks good at points, but when I actually see it in hand, I don't like the way it looks. So it's just kind of weird overall, but it's a cool effect, like something new they're doing with it. it, which is awesome. But of course, it's hard to get Dooku because, you know, he's not a crazy Jedi, so he doesn't do a whole lot of movement, so it's like hard to get him like to stand in pose with this to make it look good as well. But pretty cool the fact that they've added that overall, but I just don't know what to do with it. So that's gonna be it for this Star Wars Black Series Rise of Skywalker Wave 3 set, where of course we are missing the Commander Bly because he won't be coming in for a couple months, so unfortunately he's not in this set. But we got the Zorii Bliss, the Knight of Ren, the Sith Jet Trooper, and the Count Dooku, which is really cool. So I hope you enjoyed this review. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out our last Black Series wave over on the left, and on the right you can see our whole Star Wars playlist. Thank you all for watching. Remember to stay awesome, and I'll see you next time.